This is perhaps the greatest testament to humanity's struggle against nature. The greening project of the Taklamakan Desert is not merely about sand control, it is a monumental achievement of our time, leaving an enduring legacy for future generations in China. With astonishing efficiency, China mobilized over 600,000 people and spent more than 40 years across 2 generations to encircle this vast desert. No other country or alliance in the world could achieve this feat. It is not just a technical achievement, but also a testament to the steadfast determination and cultural ethos of the Chinese people. China's initiative to curb desert expansion by planting trees began in 1978 with the 3 North Shelter Belt Project, commonly referred to as the Great Green Wall. It aims to plant just over 35 million hectares of trees by 2050 to combat desertification. On November 28th, the world's second-largest desert, Taklamakan, spanning 337,600 square kilometers, roughly the size of Finland, is the second-largest shifting sand desert in the world, behind the Sahara. It was completely encircled by a 3,046-kilometer-long green belt, forming an effective sand-blocking barrier. In this harsh environment, with wind speeds reaching level 8 and an average annual rainfall of only 80 millimeters, often referred to as the Sea of Death, planting trees seemed impossible. Yet China succeeded in cultivating 21 species of trees. If planted 1 meter apart, these trees could circle the Earth 50 times, an undeniable miracle. To achieve this, China developed 3 groundbreaking technologies: biological sand control, solar-powered agriculture, and mechanical sand stabilization. Biosand control is the use of trees, shrubs, and vegetation to form green belts. Photovoltaic sand control is the construction of solar power stations in desert areas. While generating electricity from solar panels, they can grow grass, herbs, or develop agriculture and livestock below. This helps to combine ecological protection with economic development. Sand stabilization works is through mechanical sand spreading, screens or grass cells to control the direction and speed of sand wind movement, thereby changing the wind and environmental conditions. I know you will ask, in such a dry land, where does the water come from? In fact, the rainfall here is almost zero, but the Taklamakan Desert has abundant underground water resources. Located in the Tarim Basin, surrounded by mountain ranges, when the snow on the mountains melts, the water will flow down and seep deep, forming underground water sources. Thanks to this water source, they built water wells about 10 kilometers apart along the green belt of the desert. A system of water pipes and solar panels were installed, creating an irrigation system that saves water and energy. Thanks to that, the Taklamakan Desert has been completely controlled. According to the Global Times, afforestation efforts over the past decade have significantly reduced land desertification, leading to a decline in the frequency and severity of sand and dust storms in northern China. However, a 2015 study by Chinese scientists found that tree planting contributed less than 3% to changes in vegetation cover observed in the regions with the largest deserts, The Economist reported. Rainfall fluctuations accounted for about 1/3, while controls on grazing and agriculture were other major factors. Many people will ask, can just surrounding the desert solve the problem completely? In fact, the desert still exists, but this is only the beginning. Preventing the spread of the desert is the first step, to protect and stabilize the border areas, paving the way for the next steps, preventing the further expansion of the desert. First, they control the desert. In this way, in the desert fringe area and the transitional areas between the desert and the mountains, China no longer has to worry about the problem of mobile sand. People can rest assured to expand the reclamation, gradually improve the land. So now you only see a small forest, which has surrounded the desert. After many years of reclamation, these small forests or grasslands can be turned into large grasslands, vast jungles, or directly into fertile farmland. When forests and grasslands are formed, the land will accumulate a lot of water resources. This creates conditions for the formation of lakes and the emergence of oases. To put it simply, enclosing the desert is just the first step in the process of reclamation. Their ultimate goal is to turn the desert into an oasis. More importantly, the Tarim Basin has oil and gas reserves of up to 16.8 billion tons. However, the current exploitation volume is only less than 1%. If fully exploited, it will be enough to supply energy for the whole of China for more than 100 years. But the problem is, this is still a Dead Sea. The transportation route is often buried in yellow sand. The harsh environment makes the exploitation cost high. If the desert could be turned into an oasis, oil and gas would be within reach. It would be easy to exploit. The problem of energy security would also be completely solved. China is not alone in its afforestation efforts. The African Union launched its own Great Green Wall Initiative in 2007, aiming to restore 100 million hectares of degraded land. In June, Lin Jian, a spokesperson for China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, said that the country has been working with Africa, the Middle East, and Mongolia to combat desertification, and that such collaboration has made more countries greener. This is just the beginning, as the ultimate goal is to transform deserts into lush green oases. These projects, with the efforts of millions of people, have contributed to changing the fate not only of the region, but of the entire world. This is truly a great achievement and a testament to the sacrifice and determination of humanity to overcome all challenges.